In this ranking system tutorial, we're going to create a stock formula node. Now, if you're not familiar with what nodes are, I would suggest you stop and review the node properties tutorial and then come back to this one. Now, to create a stock, first I'm going to put my cursor on technical analysis, this empty folder, because this is where I want my new stock formula node to reside. I'm going to get started by clicking on Add Node. I'm going to choose Stock Formula, and it's asking me for some information. I know I want the formula to relate to moving averages. I want the 50-day moving average relative to 200-day moving average, and now it's asking me to type in the formula. If you know the formula, it's very simple. You can just type it in. And as you might have guessed from this link, if you don't know the formula offhand, you can click here and you get something that's resembling the reference area for Screener. You've probably seen this before. Since I know I'm working with moving averages, I'm going to click on Technical Analysis. I'm going to scroll down. I'm looking for simple moving average, or SMA, and here it is. My definition, I can click here for a more complete definition. SMA. Had I read my description, I would know that I'm going to put my 50-day parameter in here, divided by, double click, and that's it. That's the formula with which I want to work. I click on Done Editing, and you'll see this formula box has been populated. Now I can just click here and add, but notice before I do that there are a couple of other things I can do. We've been assuming, and Portfolio 123 is assuming, that higher numbers, in other words where the 50-day moving average is very high relative to the 200-day moving average, are to be preferred. It doesn't have to be that way. If you want to go contrarian, you could click here and make it the ranking system favor situations where the 50-day moving average is very low, below the 200-day moving average. I'm going to leave it to the conventional approach. Portfolio 123 is also assuming we want to rank all of these ratios, each stock relative to all others in the universe. It doesn't have to be that way. We could rank each stock relative only to those within its own industry or its own sector. I'm going to leave the default choice. Before I click to add, I want to see where it's going to go. Because the cursor is on this node, I know that the new formula, stock formula node, is going to go here. If the cursor were here, it would go outside of the technical analysis folder. Let's leave the cursor where it is. I'm going to click to add, and there it is. When I close the folder, I don't see it anymore, but it's there. And that concludes the tutorial on stock formula nodes.